Hi, it's Mike. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Well, I went out to lunch today. I think I talked to you a bit about that the other day. That, how to count carbs and everything. And I thought I did a pretty damn good job. And on my ride home, the SkyTrain home, I noticed that my blood sugar was 15.4. I'm thinking, God, why is it so high? So I came home, I took a correction, I laid down, and I was out. I was totally type out. And in a good way, I sleep, anything else. And you know what? I woke up and it was 20.9. So that correction did nothing. And all of a sudden, I was woken up by my pump alarming. And it's saying, oh, change your site, change your tubing, check ketones, the whole story. And I was at mild ketones? Well, I still use the urine test strip. I don't have the ketone test strip. So I took 5 units for that. And then I took 20 units to bring it down. And I did that by a shot. I did change my site. And I think what happened was when I was sitting in my chair, because I went to the restaurant, I ate, I figured out what I was going to have beforehand, I calculated that, and I gave the correction. Well, I guess the correction never went through because my blood sugars tell a different story. My blood sugar climbed, and it has just kept climbing. So, this is sort of a warning sign. If it's been over, my machine said, your blood sugar's been over this for an hour. And I think, yeah, that's probably right. What you need to be careful of is don't let it go on, oh, well, we'll just see if it goes down. Change the site now, because I found when I changed my tubing, there was a kink in the tubing, and that kink probably stopped me from getting the insulin. I've since changed my site, and you know what? Immediately my blood sugars start coming down. Now I think it's partly because of the correction given by a needle, and I get this going again, and probably by time my person comes later today for, kind of to put me to bed, yeah, then things will be better. I started sweating though, more than normal, and I got home and I had to use the facilities. And I was lying here and I woke up and immediately I had to use the facilities. I was dehydrated and I had to drink. So I think I did a pretty good, I took 90 grams of carbs. And I also did a correction before I came back down for dinner, because I had dinner before I laid down. Because you don't understand, it takes me a while to get home. And I woke up at 20. It was, I was starting the classic thirst. It's kind of like all the classic symptoms. You have to urinate, you have to drink. My whole body's being put on. Oh, alert, alert, alert! I picture my brain scrambling and my body's saying, oh, we have an emergency, we have an emergency. We need to take care of things right away. Well, let's see how well things have. I was 20.9 when I tested. Well, I'm down to 19.1. So I'm still up, but it should start to go down very shortly. Just so you know. Of course, by the time I show it to you, see, it's all up there. So I'm going to monitor and keep myself hydrated and keep going to the bathroom and keep bringing it down. Before I go to bed, I will test ketones again. If the ketones move to moderate, then the fun begins, because at that point your body's saying, you know what, I think it's time we have some real fun. And you can start vomiting, and if you start vomiting, there's only one thing to do, and that is to head to the hospital. And I don't want to go to the hospital. The hospital isn't any fun. So now I do YouTube, I could probably keep talking about my YouTube. Things we need to do. So I believe most pumps do nowadays. Mine had a warning, and it's been a long time since I've had this warning, so kudos on me for that. It's just saying my blood sugar went up, and I'm really wondering, that correction I had at lunch, I'm wondering if it did anything, because maybe sitting in my chair all the way back here caused me to have a high blood sugar. Or, sorry, sitting there taking the insulin before we got our meal and came back home. And I think besides that, I was also not really doing anything with it. So you need to know how your pump's doing. And yes, it's great, we all have sensors now, on the arm or on your pump or your Dexcom. Mine is Microsoft, so I find that works the best with my pump. But take a look throughout the day, see what your blood sugar is. If it's way out of range, do a finger poke. And if worst comes to worst, do what I had to do. Do a site change. If that doesn't work and your blood sugar keeps climbing and you're really starting to show moderate to large ketones, or you're feeling sick, then go head to the hospital. I don't care if you can drive yourself or have to call an ambulance, but get the help you need. Don't second guess. Don't play around with high blood sugar. Because I think we can all remember way back when we first got diagnosed. We all have our unique diagnosed stories. And the majority of us probably were in DKA, where you were throwing up and you were drinking, your mouth was really dry. It was almost, I can remember getting the shot in the arm that night. I think I came in just, 4 in the afternoon, and by 8 o'clock, they had given me a shot of insulin. And almost like within 2 hours, I wasn't thirsty anymore. I didn't have to go to the bathroom. Of course, it was short-lived. But just that one shot in the arm, I knew my life had changed. And then we learned all sorts of new and fun things to do. So take care of yourself. Don't play around with a low blood sugar. Don't play around with a high blood sugar. Follow your doctor's plan. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.